Hello and welcome everybody into some Sunday night racing action here. We are very happy to be here to bring you guys a fantastic race here tonight, brought to you by Lone Star Racing. That's right, we got their 4th annual race, number 2 of the day. That's how many people signed up for this thing. Toys for Tots charity event here, where all proceeds and all that stuff is going towards that fantastic organization, providing kids and families that, during the holidays, it's a tough time of year. Well, they help them out and make sure these kids actually get a childhood and have a very happy memory of what Christmas and all that kind of stuff is. So big shout out to the LSR team for supporting that fantastic organization and putting on a charity race to support them. And we are definitely all tuned in for some exciting action here from Texas Motor Speedway. 125 laps is on store for these drivers here tonight. It's gonna be a tricky task indeed, as that hot Texas sun has been baking this thing all day long. So grab your popcorn, grab whatever bubbly drink you want, and let's get on down to it and get this party started with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge shout out to the proud supporters here that helped put this race on here tonight. And there's been so many people that have really helped out in this event that if I don't get your company or name up there, let me know so that I can at least update our YouTube description, because I want to make sure y'all get the proper shout outs that you definitely deserve. But here we go. We got LSR Gaming over there on Twitch. They're going to be doing some door prizes and whatnot post race over there, so be sure to sign on up to LSR Gaming over on Twitch. Of course, big thank you as well to Drew Blaze Motorsports for supporting here in this tonight's event. We got Keep Diggin, also have the Lone Star Racing team and community. Got Brandon Minnick Custom Trailers, big thank you to them, as well as Right Turn Racing. Big thank you to all you guys for helping support this fantastic charity event. As always, I am Alan Brown, and tonight I am joined into the booth by a, can't say it's a long time, first time, but it's a long time broadcaster here with us tonight. We got Mr. Alan Kewins joining me in the booth here tonight. Alan, 125 laps. Tough task here at the tricky Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to be back with you guys tonight, filling in for Alan English. Texas, yeah, it's a fast track. It is. I mean, it's wide open for the first few laps, and turns 1 and 2 is a little tricky. Not your typical 1.5 mile 1 and 2, but we'll see how these boys navigate it tonight. Hopefully they put on a good show for a good cause.
That indeed is down there on pit road as our official anger management specialist himself, Mr. Adam Turner, all locked in and loaded. Adam, it's been a fun night. Fun week full of racing, and what's even better is we get to cap it off here on Sunday with a fantastic charity event here this evening.
Yeah, bonus race at my track. You can't beat this, and in the trucks. So I think the trucks are a little more forgiving. Y'all probably agree with me. So I think we'll see a really good race. I don't know everybody out here on the track. We've been doing this a long time, but that doesn't mean anything, especially at a charity race. All kinds of fun stuff happens. I do agree. I think coming out of 2, we're going to have to watch out. And then that tri-oval, we're going to have to watch out. 2 and 4 really is where we're going to see some issues potentially. Maybe somebody wants to fight. I don't know. If you want to fight for charity, we can do that. That's cool. I'm always down. Let me give you the ground rules for tonight. So we got 1 fast repair total, 60% fuel, 3 total sets of tires for 125 laps. That's going to be interesting. 14 incident points, you get a penalty. 24 incident points, you get disqualified. The current temp is 113 on the track. It's pretty damn hot down there in Fort Worth.
That indeed it is, and it's just going to get hotter and hotter the more these trucks run around this wild racetrack. As we take a look here at tonight's race in formation at this quad oval of Texas Motor Speedway, a beautiful sunshiny day, maybe some passing clouds, but no showers in the forecast whatsoever. So these drivers are not going to have to face really anything other than that wicked heat down there. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and man, it is the Christmas time, and this one's for the kids, so you better bring out those biggest Nerf guns that you got, because we're going to be in store for one heck of a shootout here tonight. A lot of big names out here in the field this evening, and yeah, you're just going to have to bring your A game.
That's right. I've been watching some of these guys in practice. Ricky Howe, he was fastest in practice. Claus Williams was fastest in practice. Jeff Pogo was fastest in practice. So I'm anxious to see how these boys do tonight.
Yeah, and they're fast in practice. Can they be fast during, for 125 laps? That's the thing, because it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint here. And
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of math here, and it looks like they can go about 42 laps a set of tires, but I don't think they're going to be able to make a fuel run last 42 laps. So it's going to be interesting to see who saves the set, maybe for a late race caution, and who's good at saving tires is really going to be key.
man, that's a long run on those tires. This should be interesting, especially with the fuel thing. This is going to be, you're going to have to use your brain on this one, Brown.
Yeah, I think you might be right there, Adam. I think it's going to be a one of those kind of fuel mileage tire balancing kind of things. I can't remember if you mentioned how many tire sets these guys got.
Yeah, 3 total.
Three
Sets.
Total of 3 sets.
That's
That's
rough.
ooh, that is gonna be a little rough, but yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and stay tuned for all the action yet to come. Got about a minute and a half left of qualifying, so we'll wait to see if anyone else pops on out there to maybe try to jump on up into that pole position spot. But meanwhile, we thank everybody for joining us in here on the YouTubes. Looking at you over there in the chats, thanks for joining us. We got Joshua King saying he's been excited for this one. Alicia saying heyo. Also Josh saying where they at. He's waiting for the peoples. He's also got Azrius saying they around here somewhere. Nick Hurd, keep an eye on that purple 12 truck. You need some luck from the viewers. Joshua King saying whoop whoop. Randy Coke saying this is gonna be fun. And Vito Amp saying Duke sent me here. He wants to bet on this. Well, I don't. I wish I knew some of these drivers a little bit better. I could put out some betting lines here, but fortunately, I don't know really anything about that one. I'll throw this one out there. I'll say the over under on cautions is 6.5. If you want to place a bet on that, we'll set it at plus or minus 125.
I'm going to take the under on that. I think we're going to get a lot of good green flag racing here.
Oh, well, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I'm going to take the over just to be, against you, Kewins. I wish we could do the bookie thing here. I think it's frowned upon. iRacing may ban us, so we pretty much have to kind of not be bookies. But we're pretending, we're just like fake pesos or whatever we're gambling here.
Oh yeah, once when we get our own website all up and running and get our own, AAA coin, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, AAA betting for iRacing. I like that. We could start our own thing. And
Yeah, sponsored by MGM.
yeah, it's like when you go to the bar, and the guy you pull the seven liners or the 5 liners, and you can't really win anything. But then they tell you, hey, you got some mail on Sunday, and then you go and pick up your check. I know how it works. I've done a bunch of behind the scenes action at the local bars. I'm sure you have too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But speaking about getting to work here we go as these drivers start to all line up in their trucks down on pit road. Here is your starting lineup. Here tonight, the 2 of Ricky Howell Jr. getting the pole position. He's going to have the 51 of TJ Allen starting to his outside here, rounding out road number 1. Road number 2, you got the 75 of Stoney Benfield. He's going to be getting a pretty good starting spot up there in the 3rd. Klaus Williams, the 3rd, getting things started off there in 4th in the 4 machine here, looking to get a good finish here tonight. 96, William George, starting up inside of that top 5 here this evening with the 24 of Jeff Pogo starting to his outside. Let's see here. We also got the 78, David Duke, starting here tonight in 7th. The 84 of Anthony Cal Antoni starting to his outside here tonight in 8th. 99, Jason Branch starts in the 9th hole with the 5, Jason Morales, rounding out your field starting top 10.
All right, in 11th, we got the one and only Christmas stealing the Grinch. And then in 12th, we got Thomas Rule in the 79. In 13th, Nicholas Yotes. 14th is Jeffrey Goodpasser in the 1. Alonzo King in the 15. Weston Vonder Colt, sorry if I butchered that name. He's starting 16th. Anthony Carpenter starting 17th. Dustin Rogerson starting 18th. Randy Cochin starting 19th. And Jared Hayes starting 20th.
74, Brian Wertman, 21st. 22nd, Matthew Everard, the number 13. Number 12 of Nick Hurd, 23rd. 24th, John Fowler. Kenneth Bartholomew starts 25th. Daniel Kowicki, the 3rd, looks like, 26th. 27th, the 314, Michael Brophy. Davis starts 28th. 29th, the 35 with Drew Blaze. Seen him run before. Looks like, who we got here? 30th would be Bobby Jermaine. Kenneth Blackburn, 32nd. Cody DeForge, 33rd. Christopher McCoy, 34th, and 35th looks like the 42 of Joe Hudson.
Yeah, and don't mind
That's
that.
all of us.
Yeah, don't mind that Alan Kewen's name. It's been a minute since he's jumped up in the broadcast boost and not actually racing out there. So
Yeah,
It's been a while since
I figured.
I had
It's been
to
a
do
I had
this.
to jump around. Look, we're about to start this thing, though. That's going to be fun.
Oh,
Let's get it going.
that is indeed it is. As the lights on the pace car are off, takes on down onto a pit road and into that Geico restart zone for the first time here this evening. The field comes into this quad oval, and here we go. Green flag racing here from Texas Motor Speedway as the field rumbles and stumbles its way on down into turns 1 and 2. The 2 machine, Ricky Howell, getting off to a fantastic jump, followed by the 51 of TJ Allen. Right behind him, though, it's still side by side racing going on back here. You got Stoney Benfield and Klaus Williams having a fantastic battle indeed. You got the 4 machine having a good battle there in the 96. William George also locked up into some good battles here, kind of splitting a couple little groups here. Anthony Calantoni also trying to cut his way up through the field down there on that bottom line as we officially get our first lap under the green flag up underway. So here we go, fellas. 125 laps, and oh, we got one going down to the infield wall. Oh my goodness! And that's going to bring out an early yellow.
Yeah, Nicholas in the 22 car. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Yeah. I didn't get to see it. For some reason, it didn't pull it
It
on my
looks like he
screen.
caught the apron and got loose, and then 80 truck tried to go low as he was getting loose trying to save it.
And it's
Yeah, you can't get the apron like that. It'll definitely get your truck loose.
jump up into
Cold
the
tires
chopper
too,
cam.
right?
Yeah, definitely cold tires. Need a couple laps. Yeah, and just like you said, catches the aprons just a little bit, checks them up, and gets them a little loosey-goosey. And unfortunately, it looks like that was the 80 of Alonzo King having a little bit of an issue there as well. Just really nowhere to go, getting kind of tied up into it. Thankfully, it doesn't look like a heck of a lot of damage or anything like that. Maybe just one of those come on down into the pits, get... I wouldn't even use a fast repair. Maybe just some manual damage fixing, getting done. But otherwise, you know, that's... you should be able to get back out there without too much issue.
Yeah.
Well, he's out there. He's in the pits, but he used some tires. You think that's going to hurt him? You only have 3 sets.
I definitely wouldn't use a set of tires or a fast repair right now. Let's see how much damage it is. If it's a minute or two, we can get that fixed. Even if it's a little more, we can hopefully catch a caution early and get it fixed under the next yellow.
He's back out there. Let's say, Brown, I don't know this answer. I mean, Hewins, I don't. Let's say you burn tires, like after 2 laps, you trash them. Can you reuse them? Will they let you reuse those sets of tires, or are they done for?
Nope, they're done.
Oh,
iRacing will not let you put them back on.
No sticker tires then. Man.
Nah,
See,
but I mean,
I've been doing this a long time, and I don't even know all the answers here.
I know, which is really a shame. But at the same time, that is a feature that I'm waiting for iRacing to put in. Be like, hey, just let us throw some scrubs on there, you know?
Yeah, I mean they do it in the big leagues, don't they? We'll save these, and if we have to, we'll use them. They're half worn, you know.
Oh yeah, they do it all the time.
It's an expensive commodity. Kind of like the giant hot dog they have here. It's very expensive. Very tasty, though. If you're ever down this way, head on over. They got a new bar at this facility.
You a big
Pretty
fan
cool.
of foot-long hot dogs there, are you, huh?
Well, I mean, in a sense, the meal, kind of like from Sonic. I don't know if you're trying to insinuate things.
No,
You're trying to pull like
no,
an English
never.
thing.
No, never.
Of course. Yeah. We got a new English here. Comedy guy. No, it's just a fun place to go watch a race and have a regular hot dog, foot long. I mean, they probably have a 8-foot hot dog here. I don't know. It's
Well,
Texas,
everything's
man.
bigger. Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas.
That's true, but them Texas guys are scared of the Ohio people. I don't know if you know that.
No, we ain't that scary.
The Ohio people are a little just like off the rails, and they deal with the real winter, so it kind of scares me, to be honest with you.
Hopefully we get a real winter this year.
You're looking forward to one, huh? Okay.
Oh yeah, always. I like the snow.
Well, that really only makes one of us here. Is Vito Amp also? He's saying he agrees with you there, Turner. He's taking the over on this one, and just after this one, he says he 5 more yellows. No, it's not 5 more yellows. You still need 6 more. The line was set at 6.5, so you need 7 to win.
I'm allowed 6 yellows for the under. I can get 6 yellows and still win, right?
Yeah, it's just like I should have bet the under on today's Patriots game. A total of 6 points in the entire 4 quarters.
Who won that one?
Nobody.
Well, the Patriots have been terrible all year.
Yeah, and I am ashamed that I said I can say I've watched every single minute of it, and I shouldn't have. That's one where I think the NFL should actually go to the Patriots and just be like, yo, can you guys like send us some money back or something for this broadcast, because this was terrible.
Yeah, they lived high on the hog for so long, and now they're like the rest of us.
Yeah. They're very injury plagued right now as well. But what isn't injury plagued is this pace car as the lights turn on off and we get ready to head on back to the green flag and get back to some fantastic racing action. We already had some decent movers. You had Jared Hayes back there in the 46, up 6 positions already into the top 15. Also, John Fowler, he's up 8. Up just outside of the top 15 there as well. So we do have some movers and shakers out there that are trying to find their way up through this field. It's just going to be a matter of time before they get up to the front.
Yeah, I was watching Mr. John Fowler there the last restart, and I'm going to watch him this one. He was making a lot of moves there before the yellow came out.
Yeah, and we're going to have to mention some of these paint schemes. There's some really cool paint schemes tonight. As the night goes on, I think we'll talk about that, but looking forward to it right now.
Oh, that indeed we are. As the pace car once again gets down and out of the way, which means it's time to head on back to the green flag racing. Here is the 2 machine getting another great start here up at the front, just peeling away from that 51 machine of TJ Allen. Right behind him, though, still side by side goes the 75 and the 96 the 75 on down on the bottom side, trying to get a big time run on William George here. He's got some help on that bottom side. Looks like that 84 machine, Anthony Calatoni, trying to give him a little bit of a push. Not that this track is really a bump drafting track, but you could accept whatever help that anybody gives you here as we continue to race on around here. You got Jeff Pogo as well starting to make some moves here in that 24, looking on down low on the bottom side here to the 4 of Klaus Williams. Both drivers trying to battle for some good spots up here. Still some side-by-side action. You got the 46 and I believe that's the 10 machine trying to sneak up underneath them here, and right in front of him the 78 of David Duke trying to slide up into some good spots as well. Looks like the 00 of Weston Vanderkook trying to get on up into some of this action as well.
Yeah, these boys are kind of settled in. Some of them are getting them spread out a little bit. We do still got some side-by-side racing. Randy in the 19, he's side-by-side right now with the 00. Little pack right here. Him, Thomas, Rule, the Grinch, they're all racing in a little pack.
Man, that most definitely indeed. Kip Cook saying, let's go number 75. Faster Pastor. Stoney Benfield trying to get on up and cheer Stoney on for the big win here tonight. Doing a really good job right now. Still sticking around inside of that top 5. Just kind of cruising around. A little bit of single file going on here up at the very front. But again, still a whole chunk of this action happening right on behind them. Still some side-by-sides going on. You got the 13, Matthew Everard, trying to make some passes here. Looking down low on the 12 machine of Nick Hurd.
Oh, we got a car spinning the 222.
Ooh, and that's going to bring out another yellow. Oh, man, he does get it eventually whipped around. Looks like it was a kind of a lone car thing.
Yeah, looks like he just got loose all on his own. I don't know if he hit anything. He might be okay. Yeah, looks like he made it just a 360 and got her going again.
Whew. And some good dodging maneuvers from some of those drivers there as well. But like you said, just gets it all whipped back around and kind of right where you said there, turn number 2, it gets pretty slick here when it gets hot.
Yeah, it sure does. Rutabaga.
And I know you and I were both kind of talking earlier here, Mr. Kewins, that there was a, of the mile and a halfs, this isn't the best one, but it certainly isn't the worst, but it definitely has its own little tricks and tribulations to it that you got to be careful of.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to watch that entrance. That entrance into one is just so unique. The track's so wide, but you don't use but a third of it.
Yeah, and I mean, even with this repave where they, took that giant bump when you come out of 2 that got everybody all out of shape, that definitely helped. But these corners, just out of nowhere, your truck, your car, whatever you're racing here, it'll step out on you. I bet you could probably race school buses here and it'd probably break loose on you.
Oh, I bet you. Yep.
As we continue to pace around here for just a little bit and get everybody all locked and loaded back up and ready to rumble here for the green flag. Just a reminder that this race is all to benefit the Toys for Tots, a fantastic organization to spread the Christmas cheer to families that may not be able to afford what, or even just the necessities, And, of course, as a kid, growing up, I'm very thankful I was able to enjoy my Christmases and got wonderful gifts and toys and all that kind of stuff. But there are some youths out there that don't have that opportunity, and Toys for Tots goes on out to those communities and make sure happy memories are had by all.
Yeah, me and the wife, we like to donate to either Toys for Tots or the Salvation Army every year. We did the Salvation Army this year. They had a giving tree. We went up and picked a couple gifts up for a couple of kids.
And for people that didn't exactly know, but it's a organization that's founded by the Marine Corps Reserve. So, I mean, I may not want to say, give crayons because they may not make it to the kids, but gotta make the Marine joke. I can do it though. I got Marine family members, so I can
we have Army members in my family. Well, do you think we're going to see one to go this time by?
Yeah, next time they get around, we'll be stacking it back up side by side here to head on back to that green flag. Looking forward to seeing what these drivers can really do. Man, we were on a pretty good pace there. I thought we were about ready to see a nice long green flag run again. No stage breaks or anything coming out here, so what you see is what you're going to get caution-wise. There isn't anything planned per se that to kind of maybe break this thing up into segments. And as we were talking about earlier, being limited to 3 total sets of tires here, that's going to be a very difficult task. Over 40 laps per set of tires. You're going to have to make it work here, but these early cautions are at least going to help them here early on in this race. That they're not necessarily going to be begging for tires quite so soon.
No, these early cautions might help them stretch it close to that 40 lap mark, but I don't believe these guys are going to be able to go 40 laps on a tank of fuel. Maybe somewhere around that 33 to 35 lap range if it would go green the whole run.
Yeah, so you think we might see some maybe little double stints or something like that on these sets?
Yeah, you're going to have to along the way find a spot to save a set of tires.
And of course, along with that comes its own tricks and kind of
challenges. Yep.
You definitely aren't going to be as fast as maybe some of the other guys that are taking tires, but maybe that's why we've been seeing a good chunk of single file. These drivers knowing what's ahead of them here and having a difficult issue and making sure that they save whatever they can as the lights on the pace car are off. Vito Amp saying, "Come on, Duke, let's go." Wanting Duke, David Duke, trying to get on up in there. He's just outside of the top 10 right now, trying to work his way back up in there from where he has started here tonight as the pace car comes down and out of the way. And here we go. Green flag once again. It looks like the outside lane and TJ Allen, a little bit of a rough start there. Maybe spun the tires just a little bit, but able to eventually get that power down and hang on to that second spot. The 96 William George able to capitalize there on the bottom side, slip and slide his way up to third here pretty quickly. The 84 of Calantoni really struggling as, man, almost immediately the front half of this field jumps up into about a pretty nice single file line. We did see the 10 Justin Johnson there going side by side, and right behind him you got John Fowler, Matthew Everard having a pretty good battle, and even more as we head on back through this field, like Weston Vanderkook as well.
Yeah, they're starting to get single filed out pretty quick here. Still got some people that are side by side, but for the most part, they're single file for the top 20 spots. Got a little bit of breaking up, little side by side action up there, but that's about it.
Well, there's a little fight right here with McCoy for the 22nd position, and Yance, 22nd through 20th. I think there's a little side by side. But that's kind of how this track works. Sorry, guys, I had a little issue. Back in business.
I go good. I know when the Cancer Queen rings her little bell, you gotta run over there and help her on out.
For sure. Oh yeah.
That's the 88 machine, Cody DeForge, trying to make his way on up through some of this chaos here in the back end of this field, as he can kind of see the action happening right in front of him. Again, the 48 machine looking down low here, trying to stay out in front of the 13 of Everard, able to just do so. But
I'm watching these top 3 right now. I'm wondering if Ricky out there ain't wearing his stuff out, or if that clean air is helping him a little bit right now.
See, that's where I'd be concerned if I was him up front like that. Wearing it out, do you think he's trying to lay back on throttle? You don't want to get too far ahead. It's not going to help you really at the...
Oh, as we got one going around, the 19 gets into the quarter panel there. Oh, man, Justin Johnson not going to be happy about that one.
Oh, no, he's not. He just pit maneuvered him there.
Oh, I love a good pit maneuver. Is there going to be a fight involved in this one?
I don't know if there's gonna be a fight. I don't know if maybe someone's spotter took a nap or something here, but let's see kind of what happened is well, it was a little bit of netcode there as well. There was still a little bit of space, and unfortunate for the X machine, the 10 of Justin Johnson, and even gets a little tap there towards the end as well, as people trying to check up around him there, and fortunate there for Johnson going on around.
Yeah, just a tiny bit of netcode. That's very unfortunate. I think they might have touched anyways.
Yeah. Well, it shrinks up in the track right there, and that whole front stretch, the tri-oval there, is tough. Coming into it, coming out of it, it's just difficult. But Brophy, I think it was Brophy who ran into him
Kind of towards the end there, yeah.
But he was real slowing down, because I was riding with him for some reason. I was just watching him, and he definitely was trying to slow down. It just couldn't. He couldn't woe it down enough to avoid it.
Did any of our leaders? Yeah, they're all coming. No, none of our leaders
coming down to pit road. Let's see what we got.
It's a good mix. Probably call it, at least from the leaders up at the front, about a half and a half. 18 officially staying on out, with the rest coming on down and in. So yeah, about a half and a half mix as we look at the damage here to Michael Bruffy's 314 front end Toyota here. And yeah, it got a little banged up and a little dented.
This is the spot where I think you just do gas only. You're going to be on the same set of tires as the leader, but you're going to be able to go a lot further than them if this goes green for a while here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think especially, basically getting a freebie pit stop here with that fuel. I mean, we're essentially halfway through one of these tire sets, 20 odd laps. Now, again, a good chunk of that has been done under caution, so not necessarily quite as worn or anything like that. But this kind of stuff is what's going to help you towards the end of the race, is making sure that you can have one of those maybe I wouldn't say last minute pit stops because you don't want to lose too much time staying out too long. But, you know, with about, call it like 20, right around 20 to 15 to go, hit the pit box one final time and make up a whole bunch of time on the fresh set.
Yeah. We got some more people coming in here topping off.
Vito says that was dirty. I don't know if that was dirty. I think that's just racing. But I hear a lot of, I don't know if you're catching it, Q, so I have the in-car audio on, and they're just kind of going at it. They're jaw-jacking a little bit out there.
A little bit. There's a little spiciness out there.
I think it's for, a lot of it's for fun, but they're kind of going after each other a little bit.
Well, it's all, we're out here for a good time, so hopefully nobody's taking this real serious or anything like that.
Well, is there a prize at the end of this thing, Brown? What's the prize? It's just pride or what?
I don't know what the top 3 or top 5 get out of this, but I do know like there's some amazing door prizes. Like there's a what is it, GTR sim rig or something up for grabs.
Yeah, there's all kinds of gift cards and other things like that. Yeah.
That's one of those fun charity deals, like, you know, when you're watching the Kiwanis auction on your local TV, and they're auctioning off like a, you know, some kind of mixer you can get off at Walmart for $20, but they're trying to get $100 for it. You know, it's always fun just to give a little bit, you know, especially for a cause like this. Toys for Tots, I know they've been around forever.
Well, looks like we're getting ready to go green here next time by.
Yeah, that we are. Lights on the pace car turning on, off. And, yeah, that's pretty much it as we round out a turn number 2 and get ready to head on back to that green flag. Vito, happy to have you here. Also got Barbara Pinion out there saying go Stoney. Glad to have you out here in the chat with us there, Barbara.
Stoney Benfield, he's up minus 11. He's in 14th right now. See if he can work his way to the front.
TJ needs to get a little better of a restart here. Ricky's just been checking out at the starts here.
Yeah, that 2 machine's been looking very, very strong. I mean, it does got the Grinch on that thing. Maybe he's just really trying to steal this one away from the field here as we get ready to head on back to the green flag. We got that pace car coming on down onto pit road, and here we go. Green flag racing here once again, and once again, that 2 machine just absolutely to put the hammer down and get right on out of trouble and way out in front. You can even see here the 96 William George trying to sneak up here on the bottom side, pick up a big run, but not quite able to do so. Did see a little bit of a puff of smoke there. Don't know what that was from, but drivers obviously not fazed by it whatsoever here. Unfortunately for the 96, though, that run was very short-lived as he is kind of caught back up to the rear bumper here. TJ Allen finally able to get back up to speed. You also got Jared Hayes out here, up 13 spots on the day thus far, going side by side here with the 13 of Matthew Everard.
TJ needs to get on a little bit. I thought them boys was going to split them 3 wide there. Anthony and is it George behind them? Yeah, William George they're trying to get around him for that second spot.
Ooh, back behind him, Alonzo King making a pass on the 13 of Matthew Everard. Now he's trying to make the pass on the 46 of Hayes. Really making some moves in that 80 machine.
Doing the trying to go for that 2-for-1 special down through the quad oval there. See, does indeed get around the 46 machine. So 80 of Alonzo King. Watch out for King. He's coming on up here very strong. Did take a looks like a splash of fuel there back on lap number 12. So he's got a little bit of extra fuel, not as much as some of the other drivers that have pitted here more recently. Also got the 48, John Fowler, having a pretty good race against the 73, Kenneth Bartholomew. having a solid run just outside of the top 10 right now, and it's starting to get into a little bit of a bottleneck situation. The 88 of Cody DeForge, absolutely nowhere to go here. Also got the 22 Nicholas Yance up here inside of this group, as well as Stoney Benfield, trying to make their magic on up through.
The battle for second hasn't cooled down at all since the restart. The 84 and the 51 have just been side by side since the green flag. Might look like the 84 is going to clear him right here if he wants to. Yep, he does.
Ooh, man, it wasn't cleared by much. There was just the tiniest of open windows there, and he's able to slide right on down the second that spotter said clear. And we head on back to some single file racing here up at the front. 96,
Well, this
William
Callan-
George trying to figure out his next plan of attack here.
Well, Calantoni, he's sitting there in second. He's got a Giants truck, and he's driving right there near Jerry World. What's he thinking? I don't know, but he is making some moves right now, putting the pressure on Ricky Howell.
Yeah, you are definitely not kidding here as we continue to rip laps around here from Texas Motor Speedway. About to
They're not
quarter of the
letting
way
Ricky
done.
get away this time. They're top 4 or 5 sticking with him this time.
What's interesting
Wonder-
back here in 21st, 20th, 19, 18, there's some good battles. I think there could be some tire wear going on. Go ahead there.
TJ ain't done. He won second back.
Yeah, you got Bobby Germain out here, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Randy Cocking. You got Anthony Carpenter as well, all inside of this battle for 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and 24th. A little bit of a gap back to Dustin Rogerson, but he's slowly making that ground right back on up. Happy to have, looks like all these drivers still up on that lead lap as Ricky continuing to try to run away here in that 2 machine. But like you said, these guys ain't letting them get away that easy this time.
No, they haven't.
No, there's some good racing going on.
Yeah, I wonder how many of these guys are just like, oh, there's a yellow for something.
Man, I can't
Oh,
find
the
it
79
either.
truck, yeah. The 79. Thomas
All right.
Rule.
What happened
Looks
to him?
like he
He's
might have
got a-
just, he hit the wall in the tri-oval, it looks like. Yep, and then it got his truck all jacked up from there.
Yeah, making
Oh,
that.
that's where I'm talking about right
Yeah,
there.
making that tricky, sharp turn that, I get on Atlanta for it all the time with their repave. You know, how it's just so sharp. You couldn't have smoothed out like the quad oval section just a little bit to make it easier on these guys, but nope, not at all. Just getting out a little wide, and then I just didn't quite hit his marks going into that quad oval. And then, yeah, hits that outside lane, gets a little squirrely here, and good job from the drivers behind him, checking up in time, recognizing that a truck was kind of all out of sorts. And, ooh, man, that was an even hard impact there kind of towards the end as he kind of clipped the edge of that tire barrier there.
Off. Well, it looks like our leaders are coming down pit road.
So a gift for them, looks like. Let's see if they take
We got one
tires.
car stayed out.
Yeah, Lonzo
Alright.
King. Just maybe trying to figure out strategy moves, whatever ways that they can here as the field all comes on down. Now, I know we typically say about 40 to 42 laps on a set of tires here, but we're getting kind of close to that here on lap number 35, and I'm not seeing a whole bunch of cars getting jacked up.
No, I'm not either.
No,
Looks like maybe
Tony didn't
Your
take
leader's
tires.
getting tires. Your leader's getting tires.
Okay, so different strategy. Tony, this guy sounds like he's in the mafia or something, or he owns like an Italian restaurant. This guy in third place. I like his truck. I don't care for the Giants, but he not get tires. That's my whole point. But I like his name.
Yeah, very long pit stop there for the two. Ricky Howell, a 23-second pit stop. I don't know if maybe he had a little bit of damage from a wall scrape or something that he just elected that he wanted to get done, but nonetheless,
He's going to be a truck to watch to see if he can work his way back up to the front.
And that indeed. Meanwhile, here up at the front, we're going to have Alonzo King getting things started off with Mr. Chris McCoy out here. Going to be starting alongside him. So a couple new names here up towards the front. Michael Bruffy. Oh, and as I say, that looks like a couple more people maybe double checking their fuels and all that kind of stuff. You also got who's that? Brian Wortman trying to come on down and in maybe for a second time, just make sure that they get as much fuel in those trucks as they possibly can.
Man.
Yeah, your leader, he went to 7. He dropped the 17th after pit stops there. Something. He definitely did something.
Well, I'm wondering. I think he'll be back. We got a long time to go. We're in lap 36. We got 125. Like I said earlier, marathon, not a sprint, but everybody has their little different strategies and stuff here.
And that indeed we do. As
Do we know if Alonso has pitted for gas earlier under one of the earlier comments?
he pitted on lap 12.
Okay.
If that's not going to last them too long.
Not
All the strategery going on.
not as long as I'm sure he would like. But strategery is the name of the game here tonight as we get ready to get back to that green flag. Looks like the lights on the pace car are about ready to turn off.
So that's our third caution, right?
4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our fourth?
The over's
Oh, I'm
looking
feeling
better
really
and
good
better.
about. I'm looking at my bet's looking real good there, Cubans. Man. We got anything going on in the YouTube? Anybody interacting? Hit the button. Hit the what is it? The like, subscribe, and all that stuff.
Yeah. You got it.
Hit all those things.
You got it.
You know?
We do got Honeyman Gaming coming on out here saying shout out to our race leader, Alonzo King. Thinks it's a great pit strategy out there. And then
It sounds like he's got quite the fan club out there tonight.
yeah, that he does. Vito Amp also saying that he's hoping that Ricky can get back on up there and get back up towards the front because that pit stop really hurt him there. But still a long way to go. So if you're gonna make a mistake or have something happen, well, earlier it's better than later here. So you have time to make on up for it as we get ready to head on back to this green flag racing here with the lights on the pace truck turned on off as the field rounds out of turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now. We got different people. We got some people on new tires, some people on old tires. So it's going to be strategy from here on out.
And that it is. Tanner Brown out there saying, Herd, he's in the top 10. Let's go. Oh, yes, sirree, indeed. Nick Hurd making his way on up as here we go back to some green flag racing and a very different restart there. Oh, looked like maybe the 314 missed a gear or something. A little bit of a struggle up on that outside lane. Checked everybody on up as we're all behind that 80 of Alonzo King as we come on out of turns 1 and 2.
That 222 Brandon Jarvis, he almost got loose again, but he went from spin it to second place right now.
Ooh, there's double file through almost the top 10 here. Brown, you're going to have to pay attention. There could be some issues.
Yeah, you're definitely not kidding. You got Calantoni trying to make his magic happen up there along the outside lane, but the 222 slips on up to kind of block whatever progress he was making. Right behind him, though, you got Klaus Williams out here trying to move on down low and steal position away from the 51 TJ Allen, 24 of Jeff Pogo there as well. You got the 96 William George fighting and hustling his way on up through this field here as well, trying to slip around the 84 of Calantoni. He is able to do so. Meanwhile, Alonzo King still able to hang on to that number 1 spot, even with some faster drivers or maybe, you know, some faster tires sitting there behind him, but for the most part, I would say pit time wise, it looks at best. Oh, as the 222 gets onto that apron and around he goes, able to get it all. Oh, I thought he had it collected. Oh, everybody watch out.
Oh, man, that is a hard lick right there.
No, and that's still causing issues.
Well,
Ooh,
that's the
yeah.
second time this evening we've seen the 222 get on the apron and get loose. Oh, man, they're just all kinds of 36. Oh, they're not happy.
No, they're not on the radio. They are definitely not happy right now. But
A lot
222,
of unhappy drivers.
Brandon Jarvis,
Yeah, 220,
struggling right now.
222 after clipping the apron, just Bob trying to do whatever he could to gather that truck all back up together, and then just an RKO out of nowhere. Oh, hard impact, and then even after that, it was just a pileup.
Yeah, they had nowhere to go. It was the whole front stretch was blocked there. That poor 99 truck, he had nowhere to go.
So we take a ride here with Kenneth Bartholomew as everything kind of unfolded out in front of him here, and who just slips on by.
Oh, Jarvis ruined that beautiful paint scheme. It was so much red chrome Christmas. Terrible. Just racing. That's all it is.
That's all it is yeah, it's, ooh, boy, that is beat up. That's definitely a hardest hit of the night thus far. Losing a bunch of that sheet metal out there, because, of course, we're not racing in those, your favorite car, Turner, the Harbor Freight cars.
Oh, the Harbor Freight machine.
I know you love those that model of NASCAR so much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that thing is a piece of junk. Well, are they going to fix that thing ever or not?
I
I don't know.
I don't
Drew
know.
Blaze is really giving it to the drivers right now. He's the admin guy. So he's telling them, hey, ship up or shape out, you know? They're having some issues. But it's charity. Everybody's trying to win for charity, you know?
Did you just have a turns have tied moment?
A what?
A turns have tied moment?
What's that?
Because you said ship up or shape out.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of stuff going on over here. I could be having a stroke for all I know. I don't know. It's a crazy time over here.
Honeyman was out there in the chat saying the our race leader, I believe at the time that was being sent, was King, saying that he was third in the last race. Vito Amp also saying King might have his hands full with the pack full of fresh tires. He wants to see him making some bold blocks. Well, surprisingly, not as many people were taking at least a full set, maybe maybe just right-hand sides there on that last go-around. And on this last caution, Honeyman also saying there's going to be some fast pairs abound here.
Man. Well, I think we're hitting those cautions.
Yeah, that's we're getting closer and closer and closer. Well, no, that's why I'm not hired by Vegas or anybody, because obviously I'm.
You were sandbagging because you knew what to take. I know what you were
Right.
doing.
Right. And, Vito Amp was mentioning, you know, don't get him started on the Pats, because I guess they blew up his parlay that he would have won. There was like a 100-to-1 payout.
Nothing's worse than when your parlay gets ruined by some bogus stuff. That's the only thing I do on the NFL. I always gamble parlay when it's legal, of course. I never had a bookie or anything like that. You know, the guy named the chef I met at the bar. I never had anything like that you would think goes on in the legal circles. But when I do bet, I bet parlays, Brown, and I know what that feels like to lose one that you should have won right there at the end. Ooh, that hurts. Even if it's $5, man, you could have had some money.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I like to do every week is take all the underdogs and parlay all the underdogs as a win. So just in case all the underdogs that week hit, that's a big payday there. It's Honey man, appreciate that. Saying shout out to the broadcast team doing a great job. Hey man, we'd very much appreciate that. Having a great time here tonight. I know I got my water. Turner's got his beer. What are you drinking here tonight, Kewins, as the pace car comes down and out of the way?
I don't know. He's
I don't
probably
know.
drinking something really fun.
As we get ready to go on back to that green flag, 84 out to a fantastic start this time. 96, William George trying to catch right back on up to him here. Not quite able to do so. Tucks down into that bottom line in front of Jeff Pogo here. So we continue to ride around, coming out of turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. 314. Michael Bruff trying to make his way on up and down and around. The looks like the 13 Bobby Germain, or excuse me, the 33 Bobby Germain.
Bobby Germain. That sounds like something out of like Waterboy or something. Is that the Waterboy?
I'm not sure. As we're going 3 wide back here. Whoo, doggy dog. 13 Matthew Everard taking around there on the bottom side, slipping out of that 3 wide situation. Man, it's good driving back there. Battling, trying to stay up inside of this top 15, going side by side with Bobby Germain. You also got Alonzo King trying to make his way back on up through this field. He did take a pit stop that last go around. Looks like it might have been a fuel only stop. Might have taken a set of outsides as well.
Oh, the Fowler's around in 48. He held it. Great job holding that. He hit the apron as well. Great save in the 48.
Man, we gotta get our old buddy Michelob out here to repaint some of these track lines, because apparently some of these drivers are having a problem seeing where that apron is out here. Maybe need to brighten up that white line down there on the bottom of these curves as 48 continues to try to drive around here and stabilize that machine. You got the Anthony Carpenter machine out here running in the 36, trying not to do that, and that's a slap against the outside wall.
Well, that bottom line, I mean, it's tough to stay on that thing when you're in traffic, so I kind of understand. Especially in that tri-oval, quad-oval, or whatever the hell they call it. That is the toughest part of the racetrack for me. I've lost it here a million times, and this is my home track. I love it here. I've been in the infield and seen some really crazy things here. You know, like crazy things. Some stuff I can't even tell y'all how crazy it was. But it's crazy when you get onto the apron for sure. I think that's like that any track, but here I think it's especially true.
As the 78 David Duke trying to get on up into some of this action, and man, look who's coming up down there on the bottom side right behind him. It's the 51 TJ Allen trying to fight his way through some crazy traffic right now, as one was up there scraping the outside wall trying to do the old Ross Chastain, but not quite able to make anything work out of that. Nicholas Yachts trying to get on up here into some of this action as well. Meanwhile, man, Calantoni having his hands full. He's got William George all over that back bumper right now for the race lead.
Man, I just picture Calantoni being from like New Jersey, and probably got some red gravy going on in the background right now, like in some nice homemade pasta. Is that wrong? That's just the name sounds like a tough guy, you know.
We got a race
No, I
for the
shouldn't.
lead here.
Yeah, I shouldn't make him mad either if he's a tough guy. Got to be quiet.
You're probably right. We're going side by side. The 96 William George has the inside lane here, but Galantoni's been very comfortable running up along that outside wall, heading on down to turns 3 and 4. This battle is also bringing Jeff Pogo back right into this mix here inside of this top 3. And don't look now, you also got Klaus Williams kind of taking a peek at some of this action here, as well as the 96 secures that position. It's still close.
He's
Yep.
got it.
Bumpers finally do clear here, battling for that race lead. William George taking command here on lap 53.
Ooh, Ford, 88. Oh, they're arguing now.
It's getting spicy.
Yeah, Nick Hurd and DeForge got into it, and it looked like a little bit of potential net code, so that's always cool.
Yeah, first glance, I'm saying more net code than not, but we'll jump up to the chopper camera, which never lies. Ooh,
It looks like
I don't know. 88 looked like he might have come down a little bit.
down.
Yeah, I think the
Maybe a tad bit of net code, but the 88 definitely, I think, came down on the 12 a little bit.
think so. I think he was getting a little tight and was snaking up towards that outside wall. I think that's kind of what was going on. Getting a little snug or something, and just nervous about that outside wall. And yeah, the purple 12 machine, Nick Hurd going for a little bit of the spin cycle here.
So during that last run, I was checking in on our pole sitter, Ricky Howell Jr., and I don't know if he's maybe got a little bit of strategy going on and he's saving fuel, but he was running seconds off the pace there.
I don't know. We have so many trucks out here. It's hard to keep track of who's doing what. And would you think he was on
I don't
older
think
tires and just kind of
No, I don't.
saving those tires?
He came and got a set of tires earlier, but maybe he's just really, really saving them since he's thinking a lot of cautions are going to come out.
I mean, definitely a possibility.
Tony's down there on pit road. I did not even look. And he is from New Jersey. I just looked on the entries. I am right, 100%. He's from New Jersey. Tough guy. He's probably got the red gravy going on. Pasta. I love that name. It scares me. I think he's probably in The Sopranos or something, this guy.
Part of Goodfellas or something.
I don't know. I got to lay off of it, though. He's going to come find me. Don't need that. I got those Ohio boys mad at me from one league. Remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
I don't know if they were mad at me, but I'm always looking out for the tough guys.
Well, you already know that, if you do upset some of those guys up in Ohio, you can still visit the state. Kewins has his out in the woods cabin all ready for you. And
he gives me a pass, but those other guys, I got to be protected by Kewins, because there's so much.
Yeah. If you come up here and need help,
there.
I'll help you anytime you come up here, Turner.
I know.
I'll fight off some other guys for you.
You need to fight off your neighbor, from what you were telling me earlier. But look here.
You would think you'd be a little neighborly around here, but that's not the case sometimes.
I know, that's sad. We need better neighbors everywhere. My iRacing just did what it does.
Oh, it's about that time.
Jumping out and jumping back in. So we're in a caution, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Man, 9:30 Eastern. It's about that time.
Do you think that's when they're doing the daily dump and getting all my information about how I talk about how, JFK was killed by the CIA? There's lizard people. You think that's part of the reason?
It's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
it could be.
Okay. Well, I don't want to drag y'all down with all my, conspiracy theories, but yeah, they're getting their information off of me now. So I'll be back though.
Yeah, it's all right. There's Tease Ritchie saying, "Go faster, Pastor Stoney." Man, that's one heck of a nickname, being called Faster Pastor. I wonder if he's a pastor out there and loves doing some sim racing here in the evenings. We also got Nick Hurd saying, "Well, damn." And that's unfortunate for you there, Nick. Glad to see you're at least back out there on the racetrack. Hopefully you can stick with it and the damage isn't too bad. I mean, only a couple laps down, and kind of seeing how this race has gone thus far, you can make those couple laps up pretty quick, especially, I mean, you're the only one laps down, so a couple cautions, couple lucky dogs, and you're right back in it.
Yeah, Chuck's looking clean. Just some keeper that way. Get the lucky dog a couple times. You'll be fine.
Man, you can get the lucky dog. That's the beauty of it, you know. Gotta hang in there.
So I
lucky
think
dog a few times.
our pole sitter was just saving tires there that last run. He stayed out, and he's now back up to 8th.
Okay.
Anthony in the 84 is 10th. And where's George at?
Right in front of him there, 9th.
Oh, William George. Okay, them three have been, I want to say, probably the 3 fastest trucks of the night. Put in TJ in that group, too. So.
But look who's also back up there as well. Alonzo King, after a late pit stop a couple cautions ago, moved him back through the field. Well, he's back up there now. He's going to be starting there right around in 4th. But in the meantime, we're side by side with Jeff Pogo and Matthew Everard out here trying to get this party restarted here once again as the action heads on down out of turn number 4. And the pace car is in and out of the way as here we go. Green flag racing here once again, and a great restart for the 4/24 Red Bull machine of Jeff Pogo. Jumping way out in front here very quickly, opening the door for Matthew Everard. Just slip on down to that inside lane. Lonzo King makes a good couple moves there and stays right up there with him as the 22.
Split 3 wide back here.
Yeah, the 22 at 84 and the 19 with the 22 being the meat in the sandwich. Oh, and the 19 almost had some right side romance there with the 84 as well. Woo! Talk about aggressive restart there, but these drivers know what's on the line, and they're trying to pick up whatever spots that they can.
Yeah, I think they stepped the aggression up here this restart a little bit.
Man.
Ricky, he's coming.
Yeah, they kind of straightened it out there. I think we're good for a little bit, hopefully. Almost coming up on lap 60, almost halfway through here.
Yes, you got the 78 machine and the 25. Looks like they might possibly be teammates running very similar paint schemes here tonight, going side by side. Also got Cody DeFord. That is Cody DeFord. Okay. You also got the 73 of Kenneth Bartholomew as well, trying to catch back on up as Calatoni runs fastest lap of the race the last time he went around, 30.43. And
you got some really hard racing between the 7 and the 88 back here for 14th. And boys are side by side. Oh, 3 wide back here.
Oh man, as the 2 machine does find his way back up there to the race lead, the 84 tucking into line right behind him. Klaus Williams still side by side with some good action here against Nicholas Yachts.
Well, and then we're getting some information. Pastor Stoney Benfield, he's the pastor at Prospect Baptist Church in Albemarle, North Carolina. He's in 7th. Hey, I love a good man of the cloth. Thank goodness for him, and I'm sure he had a good services. Oh, the David Kulwicki got turned there. Good service day on Sunday.
These boys, they're racing hard in the top 5. Alonzo, Matthew, Randy, Mr. Pastor Stoney. Yeah. They're racing really hard for that.
And in 22nd, we have Jeffrey Goodpastor. Is he a good pastor? Is he a pastor too? What in the world's going on out here? We got confused. Oh, we got a turn there. 75's around, Brown.
Ooh, that he is. He does get it back flipped. Yeah. He did get it back pointed in the correct direction pretty quickly there. I don't even think he touched a wall or nothing, so he should be A-okay. Just maybe a little bit of some scrub on those tires. we head on back and take a quick look. There was a whole bunch of action going on around him. I wonder if that contributed to his little spinaruma.
Yeah, them boys from fourth to 10th, they
Oh
were
yeah, drifted up
with each other.
Drifted up the track just a little bit and caught his quarter panel there on the 80. Not quite clear. And oh, he did make some decent contact with the outside wall as well. But he was, looks like he was able to drive on out of it at least relatively unscathed. So maybe pop on down for that fast repair and he'll be right back on out there.
Yeah, hopefully he's still got one left.
You think he just slowed down and thought he was clear and tried to avoid, because it slowed down in front of him.
Here comes your leader again down pit road.
I bet he's getting fuel. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Anthony in the 84, he stayed out though.
Yep, the strategery is definitely abound out here.
Man.
You definitely can't use your last set of tires. You're not going the rest of the way on one set.
No.
Nah, it looks like a
You're gonna have to save them.
Flash and go.
Yeah.
Or just a topped her off.
Topper off for Ricky and a good chunk of people. Jeff Pogo did take 4 tires, but his last few pit stops, he's only taken fuel. So I think this is possibly his
First set.
His first official change, I should say. And a couple others down on pit road for a while. Looks like Bobby Germain finally making his way on out. Stoney's still down in there. Maybe doing the old get the manual damage done, just get it good enough to get it back running and survive until later on in this race, and then maybe use up that fast repair. I mean, we're just over the halfway point here at lap 65 of 125.
There's still time left. Yeah, I'm watching him work on it. Looks like his digital pit crew are banging out them fenders and getting everything straightened out.
The old digital pit crew. Is the whole process rigged like the United States government, or are there any fairness involved in the digital pit crew?
I went through this with you on Wednesday. Or were you rutabigot?
Yeah. Well, I don't.
I pay my digital pit crew good money for them pit stops.
Oh, then you're in the okay. Then you're good. I'm still back paying the government on some things, so I don't have a digital pit crew until I pay them off, I guess. Man, look at all this mayhem going on today. And now they're talking about having diapers on during the race. That brings to mind my favorite
Oh my god!
story from Houston to Florida, when the crazy astronaut lady. Yes, the crazy astronaut lady. She drove from Houston to like Cape Canaveral, or was trying to like, I guess, destroy her rival in the love triangle of astronauts. And they caught her, and she had like duct tape, all this other stuff, but she was wearing diapers so she could get to Florida faster. It's a love story. I don't know if you've seen it on the Hallmark Channel yet, but
It's one of the greatest love stories ever written.
I think you're right. The astronaut love story for all love stories.
Well, it wouldn't have been
diapers.
It wouldn't have been on Hallmark. I can guarantee you that, because that has such an original plot to it.
It wasn't a Christmas movie.
Oh, true.
It should.
Problem.
No, it should be though. It should. We should do that. Where we pitch this to Hallmark. Hey, this is a great story, man. I know they've done it on all these other, Discovery ID and all this stuff. Let's put this on Hallmark and make it kind of like a real love story. Because really, it was done out of love. She wore those diapers and wanted to kidnap the other mistress, just out of love, And these people are all flying our space shuttles and stuff, which makes it even better.
I don't know if that does make it better.
Well, I think it does. They're like geniuses of the world, apparently, so we're told. So they still have the faults of the human. Yeah. I think we could make a great story out of this, Brandon. We'll talk about the script later after this thing's over, but we're about to get back to it.
Yeah, that indeed we are getting things started off. Got the 84 Anthony Cal Antoni getting things restarted here with the 96 William George starting to his outside. Klaus Williams and Jared Hayes starting right alongside them in row number 2 here, as well as the pace car peels off down and out of the way. And here we go. Green flag racing once again. California out to a great restart here, immediately jumping way out in front. That's opening the door here for the 4 machine to slip on down through on the bottom side of the 96, and he is going to steal that position away from William George. Jason Morales still having a pretty good battle there with the 46 of Jared Hayes as they round out a turn number 2. He was able to slide up through that couple of positions there as well.
Oh, big wreck behind him. Big wreck.
Yeah, it started with the 19. Started with the 19, and I'm not sure how it went down, but looks like it's same thing. Outer 2, 19, and I think, and Jarvis got into it. But a little bit of netcode, Brown, if you can check out the chopper cam and go from there.
Yep.
I'm trying to find the start of it, and
there's
so much stuff going on.
It was 3. Oh, that was 100% netcode. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think
it was going 3 wide, and then that was 100% netcode, and it was all chaos after that.
And they're all talking about they need these diapers out there. We need to have like iRacing, maybe like an iRacing Depends, is what they're talking about. Dr. Shakalulu says Trump 2024. Okay, well, I mean. Things are great right now. I don't know if you noticed. We're really, this whole economical situation we're in is great. I love it. We're paying so much. I think it's for the better. What's happening right now. Just pay more, get less, and then be happy about it. That's what we're told.
Are you
shut your mouth?
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah,
it's about the race. It's not about that. I don't care about. I don't care about your diatribe.
I don't have politics. I'm just a conspiracy guy.
Are they complaining that they need diapers for this thing?
Yeah, they both.
We're like an hour into this race.
I must have.
I know they should have.
I must have missed it. I just thought Turner was on one of his.
I was listening to them talking. No, they've been talking about like a lot of them need to use the restroom. So that is a problem in iRacing. I think it's like in a long race, sometimes that becomes an issue, especially if you're hydrating your favorite beverage, be it water, vodka, or whatever. So these guys are complaining about the wrecks because they got to use the restroom, blah blah. They got to put their spacesuits on and use their fancy astronaut iRacing diapers. Why not?
Or get a hold of America's driver Albert Anderson and find out how good a Gatorade bottle works.
That works too.
Well, it didn't for Albert.
Seen that done. Well, I mean, you have to really know what you're doing. You have to do some practice,
Well, plus you don't know how many of these guys are in VR too, right? So I mean, in VR, your options are even more limited,
Yeah, VR. I don't think you're gonna have that option.
Honestly, when I get into the VR headset, man, I ain't taking it off until the race is done because it's such a kind of hassle to like get all the cords the right way and sitting right on your face and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and it's hot, right? Isn't it?
Oh,
like
it's
when
super
you're
hot.
VR headset, it's super hot.
Super hot.
I haven't got to try it out yet, but I would like to.
I did, Kewins, and I was getting ill, to be honest with you. I did not feel well when I was like some people it affects when you're doing the VR stuff.
What was your level of inebriation when you were doing it?
Well, it was probably like medium to low, I think.
Okay.
I think that's right in the slot, Right in the slot,
Oh, yeah.
as Mr. Leahy would say. Want to stay right in the slot, right in the just past the click. Yeah, perfect. It was in a good spot, but no, I just make, and I think I've done that sober too, Brown. I mean, I know you make fun of me because I'm like the Mr. Leahy of iRacing, but no, it just made me feel kind of woozy, you know.
Yeah. Well, the fantastic chatters over there on the YouTube are starting to agree with you here, fellas. You got Casey Duncan saying a friend of mine used to have me paint his cars with Manpon as his sponsor. He said he should invent them for sim racing. B&R Gaming saying, unfortunately, the 222 is out for the evening. Tom said, word. B&R also saying he's got, gotta love netcode, and so he understands that wreck. Really, not much no one could have done about that. Just good old netcode. Honeyman Gaming saying a word from our sponsor. Race depends. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And B&R just confirming that he's done for tonight. Got 45 minutes of repair from that. And then Casey Duncan agreeing with me that, man, once when that VR headset's on, it's like having your helmet on. Like it ain't coming off until that race is done, man. It's just too much.
Total immersion. Yahtzee.
And speaking of depends here, we get ready to head on back to the green flag racing. I know that has nothing to do with depends, but more to do with the Yahtzee, as Cal and Tony getting things ready to get things all kicked on off with Klaus Williams alongside him here. Once again, rounding out of turn number 4. Here we go. Down into Geico restart zone we go. Green flag racing. Another fantastic
restart.
Another fantastic restart. Man, all the drivers who have been sitting in that number 1 spot have been restarting very, very good here this evening. William George following the 4 machine Klaus Williams there on the bottom line. Looks like Jason Morales trying to make a run here along the outside lane. Looks like he's kind of running that middle to high line, maybe trying to conserve some of those tires for later on. Excuse me, as we have about 50 laps left.
They're 3 wide. I mean, it's quite the calamity back here for 13, 14.
And you got that too. Ricky Howell caught up in some of this action as well. He's locked up right behind the 99 of Jason Branch, trying to figure out a way around him, and I think he just did, looking on down low, coming on down the back straightaway, side by side. Those 2 drivers go. TJ Allen here having a good battle with the 4 machine right in front of him. You got Tom Rule out here as well, having a good battle as that 2 machine continues to find his way on up through some of this chaos. You got Jeffrey Goodpaster trying to make some moves here as well in that number 1 machine. You got the 32 Dustin Rogerson not having the night that he wanted here this evening thus far. Still got time though, just outside of that top 20, currently sitting in 24th, working his magic, trying to find a way on up and through. Daniel Kulwicki trying to find a rhythm here tonight as well, right around there on that bottom side. And Stoney Benfield, hey, he's working on it. 75 machine working on the outside of Nick Hurd here, heading on down into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Anthony, he's trying to stretch it out a little bit here over George for second place. What do you got going on?
I didn't see who exactly that was.
Oh, we got a car a little sideways down on the apron. It's the 79. He's going around.
Tom Rule.
Nope, he saves it. He's going down pit road through the grass.
On a sightseeing adventure goes Mr. Tom Rule the third. Oh, and some incident happened as he rejoined. One's up into the far outside wall. Oh, Dustin Rogerson. Oh, he's really struggling here. He's trying to find a way to get that car back off of the wall. Ooh, that was a whole bunch of chaos going on.
Yeah, the 79, man, he went off-roading and all kinds of different things.
Casey Duncan saying, go Branch, 4X Racing teammate of Justin Gann.
These leaders are starting to get spread out a little bit, though.
I think so. It's tough to tell because everyone is on such a different strategy that at this point I couldn't even, well, other than Cantoni, George, Williams, Morales, Hayes, and King, they're all on a fresh set of tires, with King on the freshest set out of all of them by about 10 laps here.
Ricky in the 88 are door banging going into 3. Ricky's got the spot on him. He's continuing to make up ground here.
Doing some good hard charging up through this field. Daniel Kawicki still locked into a good battle here. Nicholas Yant's involved in this one as well. Kenneth Bartholomew kind of in the catbird seat here watching that battle go on. As, some right side romance right in front of him. Oh my goodness, Daniel Kawicki getting the short end of that stick. Able to save it from absolute catastrophe, though, as some right side romance between himself and Nick Yantz occurred.
He got a little right side damage. I'm not sure if it's from that or if he had it before, but it's definitely going to be slowing him down now.
As the action continues here, 78 David Duke alongside the 51 TJ Allen. Allen up along the outside lane with the 78 down on the inside. Looks like the outside lane getting a really good run coming out of turn number 4.
I tell you what, this race for 4th is really heating up too. You got the 80, the 5, and the 46. Alonzo, Jason, and Jared, they're 3 wide here for 4th right now.
Oh my goodness, and I got nervous there. It looked like the 80 was about to slingshot it straight up the track, but able to keep it out of his fellow competitor there. Great job, and he kept the momentum up. He not only kept the car out of trouble, but he kept the momentum up to keep it getting around the 2 of the
5.
The 5, yeah.
Here he goes, looking on the 5. Didn't you say he finished 3rd in the first race today?
I think it was the 80 Alonzo King. I think he finished 3rd earlier today. Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing. So he's probably just trying to stay patient and get to the end.
So they've been racing all day. Is that the deal?
Yeah, there were so many people that wanted to race in this one. They're like, well, what would y'all think about having another one? And so that's what they did. They had 2. They had one earlier today and having one here tonight. Little double feature from the Lone Star Racing Group.
And a charity double feature, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's even better. You got to give back. It's the holiday season. Christmas kind of snuck up on us this year, didn't it?
Yeah, it seems like this year went by pretty quick for me.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
Definitely didn't sneak up on me. But that's also because I'm delivering everybody's packages.
Well, you do the seasons by the mail, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's Mother's Day. All right, this is the busiest day of the year, according to Newman, you know, the favorite mailman I know from Seinfeld.
I had a best friend that looked almost exactly like Newman.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Newman.
I would do that, but he'd never seen Seinfeld, so he never got the reference.
Oh, well, he needs to watch it.
It needed to be educated.
Mm-hmm.
As Weston Vanderkook
is heating up.
Yeah, Weston Vanderkook and Bobby Germain having a great race out here. Meanwhile, like you were saying there, Mr. Kewins, Cantoni and William George starting to get closer and closer here once again. And Klaus Williams, Alonzo King, I think they're just going to be patient here. Maybe let these two kind of race it on out. Let them burn the stuff up and let them pick up the pieces because they'll just be able to fly right around them.
Looks like we might have a lap truck in between them, too. Yeah, if Dustin Rogerson, he's a couple laps down, but man, he's fast enough to hang with the leaders. He needs a few more yellows to get back on the lead lap, though.
Yeah, that's a peculiar place. I've been in that place where you're a lap down or 2 laps down, but you're running real good. You just got to be careful right there because you don't want to cause an incident when you're in 29th place and you're around the third and fourth drivers. As the number 4 goes high in front of him.
And
You don't want to be that guy.
got some,
No, I've been that guy.
got some slicing and dicing as well from the 48 of John Fowler. Oh, and he's even getting a little bit of love tap from behind him. Some slipping and sliding racing still going on. Meanwhile, the X-Machine of the X-Man, Justin Johnson, trying to stay out in front of Jason Branch right now.
We're starting to click off a nice green flag run here.
Well, now you have to go and ruin it.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, that's right.
no,
He's more of a racer than a broadcaster at this point, so he doesn't get the broadcaster curse.
No, we
Hey.
get that. He knows how to drive. I don't anyway. I know both of y'all do, but it's been so long since I've been behind the wheel.
Ooh.
I've been watching these things for so long. Somebody came down there.
Yeah,
Huh?
Cody.
Looks like your leader got a little loose coming off too.
And Cody DeForge making his way on down into the pits. I mean, we're about getting close. It's about 35 laps left to go, so we're definitely inside of that that pit
48's
window.
pit. But this race for the leader's really heating up. William is really trying to get around the 84. He was inside of him there, but Anthony pinched him down on the bottom and was able to keep the spot.
And Vito Amp's also kind of
You
saying,
got your leader pitting. Your leader's coming
Yeah.
down pit road.
Leader called it out, Brown, so pay attention to this, see what happens.
yeah, Vito Amp was also just saying a bunch of drivers are going to need fuel come lap 90 to 95, and
Your
we're
top 3.
approaching that window. Lonzo King staying on out, but again, he had about 10 laps more of fuel than the rest of these drivers, and 10 laps of fresher tires here as well. We'll keep an eye on what their pit strategies are, whether they're just splashing and going or if they're taking a full stop.
Yeah, Cal and Tony's getting tires. Probably getting a nice plate of
84
calamari
just
and
got
pasta,
gas.
too.
William just got fuel on me.
Oh, sweet.
So strategery still definitely in play here. David Duke now making his way on down as we're seeing the field start to cycle on through some of these green flag pit stops as we're closing in on 30 laps left to go here in this Toys for Tots race, brought to you by Lone Star Racing. Ricky Howell out here chasing drivers down like he's eating them for breakfast, trying to get around the 24 of Jeff Pogo for right now. He has also got the 51 of TJ Allen hounding on his back bumper.
And
Yeah, these boys
interesting-
are.
Go ahead,
Go
Darren.
ahead.
Feelings?
I was watching Ricky, man, and he had her sideways coming off the corner. He is digging right now.
Well, I like Kenneth Blackburn. Like he's up in 12th. He's up 21 spots. We'll see if that holds. LSR Gaming X on Twitch is what the back tailgate says on his truck. Just so many trucks out here, and guys, we can't mention all of them. We're trying to. If we hadn't got to you, just trust us. We're working our tail off. Jeff Pogo in second. Really digging as well.
And after coming out of the pits on that fresh set of tires, Cal Tony doing his best to cut through the madness again with these green flag pit stops. Turner, I know you and I have seen this quite a bit, but merging traffic, different tires, different this, different that. This is where it really gets extremely chaotic, and you really got to make use of the open track time that you get.
Yeah, and the blending is what I guess they call it, in the big leagues. But with blending in new tires, old tires, it becomes kind of like a little bit of mayhem. And then people can get trapped if you have an incident while everyone's blending in. People can be trapped a lap down. That's another strategy thing. So it's looks like that's what we're into right now. We had a bunch of cautions early, but now we got this long green flag run, which is fun.
Yeah, like you were saying, we got a bunch of cars trapped about lap down right now, so they need this to cycle through so they can stay on the lead lap. before caution comes out.
Yeah.
If they're screwed if a caution comes out.
12 Nick Hurd makes his way on down onto pit road, and really, because of the green flag pit stops, everything's starting to kind of spread and even itself on out here. Not a whole lot of battles as the 24 Jeff Pogo makes his way on down into pit road, still waiting on the 80, 51, and the 2 to make their final round of pit stops. Again, they last pitted right around 64 and lap 69. Same thing with Justin Johnson, last pitting on lap 69. So still some later takers yet to come on down onto pit road. Expect them here in the next 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, and Kewins,
Yep, here comes.
correct me if I'm not.
Here comes Ricky Howe Jr.
Here they come. Correct me if I'm not wrong, though. This looks like it's shaping up to be the type of race where you may not be the fastest guy, but if you did some good strategy stuff, you know, you could end up winning this thing.
No, easily. Especially if you topped off before we went green the last time. What lap was that? Lap 73. I don't think you can. No, you can't make it on fuel from there. But yeah, it's coming down to a strategy race. It's going to be whoever picked the right one.
Yeah,
I want to see if Ricky took tires there, but I think it's going to come down to Anthony and William and Klaus. Those are the three trucks I'm watching here.
Well, in the meantime, Stoney Benfield picking up the race lead as everything cycles on around. Kenneth Bartholomew and Kenneth Blackburn still out there running. Meanwhile, Justin Johnson, Nicholas Yantz with a very long pit stop the last time he came on down. So maybe hoping for a little bit of a quicker one here on this time. You got Brian Wertman as well trying to make his final pit stop here. Almost completely cycled around. Only about 3 drivers left to make that final round of pit stops here. The vehicles that are still running. We started this race with 32 drivers, and we still have 29 officially running here.
That's pretty
At
good.
least we're talking about Klaus Williams and not Klaus Schwab, you know, the guy that wants to ruin humanity. Klaus Williams is up there in 4th. Battling it out, trying to get one of these podium finishes.
And he's in a pretty good spot for it right now. Stoney Benfield comes on down into pit lane. Kenneth Bartholomew still driving around out there, but he, as soon as he comes back across the line here and past pit road, there he goes. He moves on up into that podium spot of 3rd. Meanwhile, Ricky just laying the hammer down and just not worrying about the rubber. A 30-30 for the fastest lap of the race, and he is just hunting people down like it's open season.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he's going to have enough time, though. I really don't think he does.
Is coming down, I think.
Yep. Hey.
Is it a time thing now, Kewins, where you just don't have enough time to make up all the ground you kind of lost?
I don't know. 23 laps is a long way yet to go. I mean, talking about like closing moments of a race, 23 laps is still a good chunk. You know, it's like you got like 2.5 minutes left on that game clock over there and some foosball.
Let's see what the lap times are this time by. 31.2 by your leader.
It seems quick.
30.5. No, Ricky's about what, a 3/4 of a 6/10, 7/10 faster, but I still don't think it's going to be close.
Alonso's running
close.
Quick laps too.
Oh yeah. So
the thing I'm worried about is if Anthony has enough gas to make it, because he's asking to go 30 some laps on this tank here.
As we were going 3 wide, and the 4's going around. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch.
Oh, wow.
24, Jeff Pogo getting involved in some late chaos here. Oh, and Alonzo King by the looks of it. Or it might have been
Alonzo King went for a ride.
Man, that changes some stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, that really helps out Ricky in the 2. He avoided all of that. Luckily for him, he was on the bottom when that happened.
It was 3 wide going through turns 3 and 4. I thought something might happen. The 4, the 2, and the 80 all in a hot mess here. And oh man, the 80 just trying to make it through this quad oval gets tied up with Jeff Pogo. And yeah, the 80 just absolutely getting kind of ripped in half there. Ooh, goodness. And then talk about a pass through the grass for, I think it was TJ Allen here. Let's go ahead and take a look back and follow here with on top of his rooftop. He just sees what's going on and dives immediately down into the grass. Whee!
Well, I wonder if anybody has a set of tires left. It looks like I bet Anthony does.
Let's see. Let's watch. If he does, I mean that could be a game changer.
And that it could be. Klaus Williams currently holding the race lead. Ricky Howell and TJ Allen up there as well. Let's go ahead and see. We got a good mix of people. Splash and go.
Yep, just splash. He must have been right on the edge of the fuel. That's unfortunate. He had to lose all that track.
Well, he might also be planning for some GWCs here, Turner. What kind of GWCs do we have in possibility here tonight?
Well, I wish I actually knew that. It's not displayed on the. Yeah, we don't know. I don't know how many green white checkers we'll have. Usually goes from 1 to 3, and some leagues do 3, some leagues do 1. I wish I could tell you that.
There's 2 green white checkers tonight.
2? All right. See, that's why we brought Hewins on board. He's doing his research. Where'd you find that? I'm gonna have to really learn from you.
I went under the league session and looked.
Oh, he's got the fancy computer, Brown. I don't have that. If I went to that, my computer would crash. I do know there's a Rudy's and a Bucky's close by. I'd like to swing over and grab me like something, a little snack. Head over to the Bucky's. Y'all need anything from Bucky's? Are y'all good?
Some Bucky nuggets. Some beaver
you like the nuggets? Beaver nuggets, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're like little sweet treats. I get some jerky too. Really fond of some of the jerky they got. But you got to get it in the meat counter. You don't just get it pre-bagged.
Oh,
go to the counter and pay the extra.
Deli? The jerky
in
deli?
the deli. Yeah, you got to get the jerky from the deli. Pro tip if you ever go to. Some people have never been to Bucky's, but that's a pro tip. If you want jerky, go to the little deli counter. It's really a jerky counter, right?
Yeah. It was like your local deli, your meat deli at this grocery store, but nothing but jerky.
I know. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it's pricey, but it's worth it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Which one did you hit? Where'd you go?
It was about in the center of Kentucky. I'm not sure of the town.
I can't believe we've reached that far. I've been to the original Bucky's in Lake Jackson, man. Started out real small, but it's grown so much. It's pretty cool to watch.
We're gonna get one here in Ohio, but it's still gonna be about 3.5 hours away.
That's good enough. If you're ever heading that way, you get you some jerky and a clean bathroom. I know they have the best bathrooms.
I was honestly really impressed by the bathrooms.
Yeah, the stalls are. I mean, not that I want to get into that. We already talked about the diapers and stuff, but just very comfortable. Let's put it that way. For if you're on a road trip, pretty cheap fuel.
About 350 gas pumps.
Yeah, there is if you pay cash or something and pay at the register, they're like confirm it with you. You're on pump 216. Look at your car. Is that your car? Okay, here's your. Go ahead and pay right here. There's a lot of gas pumps.
Well, what are we gonna start, or how many laps we got left here? Looking like 15, 16 laps.
Gonna be 16 laps left once we go back to the green flag here, and it's gonna be Klaus Williams and Ricky Howell Jr. getting things started up front, side by side. TJ Allen and Justin Johnson right behind him with Jason Branch, Stoney Benfield, Jeff Goodpaster, Anthony Catlin, Tony, and Nicholas Yachts with Kenneth Bartholomew all up inside of this top 10. And again, really, any of these 10 can still possibly make it here. Ravens.
Yeah, I'm watching Ricky. I mean, I feel like he's had one of the fastest cars tonight. TJ behind him. He's had a really fast car. It's unfortunate Anthony had to pit for tires or pit for fuel there, and
he's in 8th. We'll see what he can do.
That indeed is. Here we go back to the green flag. 4 Machine getting a great jump. The 2 slipping in right behind him. Meanwhile, it's side by side racing going on throughout this field. You got the 51 able to break free and clear of that 10 of Justin Johnson, 99 of Branch trying to find his way up through some of this madness. 75 of Stoney Benfield there as well. He's ripping alongside the outside line.
No time. The 2 is took the lead. He wasted no time with Klaus.
Weston Vanderkook as well, getting a pretty good run out there, looking towards the bottom side in his U-Haul truck here this evening. Meanwhile, almost going 3 wide here between the 84
the one. Thought about it.
Yeah, the one of Jeffrey Goodpaster thought about taking it 3 wide, but thought better of it, thinking maybe that they all wouldn't quite exit the corner all in one piece.
Well, Goodpaster's trying to get to the real pastor. Here we go. Stoney Benfield's ahead of Goodpaster.
Ooh.
Callan Tony is getting squiggly there, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's digging. I've been watching him. He's been getting her loose, coming off the corners about every lap. He's digging, trying to get back up there.
With about 14 laps left to go, Ricky Howell Jr. up in front of pretty much everybody, but here comes the 51, TJ Allen, looking to race him hard here along the outside lane. Right behind him, a bunch of side-by-side, Klaus Williams and Justin Johnson picking and bobbing and weaving their way on up through some of this chaos here, as well as the 10 Machine slips and slides his way on up in front of the 4, and now the 75 of Benfield trying to make his way on up here as well. As a caution
is out.
Yellow for something. Trying to find it.
Did not catch it.
Oh, I think it was Alonso. Oh, hard impact. Oh my goodness, get that man a ambulance.
Looks like he get tight coming off the corner and just hit the wall, huh?
It looks like it. Yeah, just got tight, hit the wall coming out of turn number 2, and it bounced him right back down across the track into the inside infield wall there, and oh man, that just absolutely obliterated that truck.
Well, I'm happy with our predictions, Kewins. We were right. 2 coming out of 2 is tough, especially on tires, old tires, and then the front stretch there, the quad oval, tri-oval, or whatever the hell they call it. That's where we thought we'd see all the action. I think we really have. I mean, the majority of everything's happened in those 2 spots tonight.
Yeah, you also got Raven Striker over there on the YouTube saying, hey, you don't got no Bucky's over there in Ohio, waiting for them to show up. Probably going to show up near Cincy, but that's a long way from Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
That's a scary place. I'm scared to go to Cleveland. Is it that rough up there? Kewins, I've never been.
No, I don't find it that rough. We go up there for baseball games all the time.
Oh, the Indians games?
The Guardians.
No, the Indians is.
We talk about that at a different date, but yeah.
Do you miss the old name? Let's just be honest. You don't?
No. As long as they win games, that's all that matters to me.
Okay, so you're a true fan. See, I miss the the name. I am actually, a certified Indian according to the government, so I actually think it's a travesty that we've lost that name. Honestly.
There was a
Yeah.
petition to bring it back, but they said they're not going to.
No, it's once the cat's out of the bag, it's hard to prove that you were wrong. So that's how that works.
Well, let me ask you this, Kewins. Do you know who the Tennessee Titans used to be?
Oh my God.
These Houston Oilers, right?
Oh my God. Why are y'all doing this to me right now? We were
Is
having
that
a
your
good
favorite
fun
team
race.
growing up, Turner?
Yeah, well, I mean, yes. The Love You Blue, the Oiler Derrick on the helmet. I spent the majority of my life in Houston, and y'all are gonna just bring that up right now, Brown?
Yeah, well, you're talking
It's
about
ridiculous.
team name changes, and
Well, that was different. They stole the Oilers and took them to wherever they are in Tennessee, and
What
but
about the
what they
Houston
did.
Texans? You don't like
That's
them?
a stupid name. I had season tickets first year, but I really don't like the name per se. I wish they just kept. If they would have kind of like the Browns, if they would have kept the Oiler persona, I could have dealt with it. I need the Oilers back in my life, basically. But that's. I mean, it's different though. You took a team that's been named the Indians forever, and you just changed the name. I think it's weird. I don't know. The whole thing is kind of goofy. Why are we doing all this stuff? Why are we taking names that have been here forever? And I just get frustrated. I think it's conspiracy.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah, they're trying to divide us. We're just one. Most of us are just good folks. Even though I know me and Kewins don't see eye to eye politically, but we're friends, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, why can't we do that? Back like in the 70s and 80s, Democrats, Republicans, we all hung out together and whatever, we're just friends. We didn't cut ties because of political affiliations. We got to get back to that. Just being regular people and not worried about who's voting for who. And we're one organization. We're America, man. We don't need all this divisiveness. I hope we can get to that.
Oh, I didn't.
And I like to do it through iRacing,
Raven Striker giving me some info. I didn't know that the Ravens got stole from Cleveland.
Yes, that's what I'm referencing. They stole them. Then the Cleveland got an expansion team, and they got their name. And that's what should have happened with Houston, because it was the same thing. Our team got stolen by Tennessee. They took the name and wouldn't give it back. And so
when I was growing up, there was no football team in Cleveland. I'm a Pittsburgh fan because of that.
Yeah.
Well, you also live closer to Pittsburgh than Cleveland, I think, don't you?
It's honestly about the same distance.
Well, I don't know, but now we're at iRacing. We're all iRacing fans tonight. We're
That's
about to go back to green.
That we are, with about 8 laps left to go. The lights on this pace car are off, with Ricky Howell and TJ Allen getting ready to lock into battle here once again as the pace car gets down and out of the way. And here we go. Green flag racing here once again inside of this 10 laps to go mark of this 125 lap race here from Texas Motor Speedway. The 2 machine with another fantastic restart here as the 51 and the 10 machine 10 immediately sliding up on the inside lane, and little right side romance going on between the 51 and the 10. Some bobbing and weaving coming from behind here. So 75 Stony Benfield trying to cut and dodge and dive his way on up through the field, getting out in front of the 96 of William George. Man, everybody is fighting for whatever positions that they absolutely can.
Yeah, they need to get it settled out quick, or they're just going to let Ricky drive away from him.
Yeah, a lot of good racing right now. KC Duncan, that's what I'm talking about. If you move, you just get yourself a new name, leave that team name in the town. I agree. That's why the Oilers should always be in Houston. Somebody's going sideways there in 4. I don't know who it is.
Looks like they kept her going, though.
On the wall.
Ooh, Oh, yeah, we got one up against the outside wall. Looks like it might have been.
13.
Oh, yeah, we're getting a wreck.
Yeah, here we go. Calamity.
Oh,
What?
goodness.
No, there's the yellow.
And 33, Bobby
Ooh.
Germain getting involved in that one. I think Nick Hurd got involved in it as well.
Well, is this going to set up our green-white checker?
We might get like an
It's gonna be
unofficial one.
close. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this started with the 13 just because he did a great job. Matthew ever did of keeping it on the wall, but I think people were trying to avoid him, and
Yeah, it
might
looks
have-
like he got loose. Yeah, he did a great job.
33 I think was trying to avoid him and got into.
Yeah, I think you're right. Little beating and door banging, and yeah, the 33 and 25 just getting absolutely rocked together there. Oh goodness.
But-
Yeah, then nowhere to go for them guys coming up behind them.
And Hewins, this is for you. You see that 13, and you're in the 33 trying to make spots. You just freak out just a little bit, turn the wheel just a little too much, and you can kind of lose it right there. And that's what I think he did. I just know real.
Yeah,
Your thoughts on that?
I need to watch the 33's in car right there because he might not have ever seen the 13 car up against the wall until it was too late.
Right. Kind of panicked a little bit.
Yeah, he sees him loose, but then yeah, he's hidden behind a truck to the almost the last second. Ooh.
Yeah, they're arguing on the chat a little bit, so that's cool. I like to hear fights going down.
And Raven Striker saying along with me about that wreck. Ouch! That one definitely hurt. Josh Kelleher also out here saying should be the new excuse me. Should be the New Orleans Jazz and the Utah Pelicans.
That makes no sense. There's no Pelicans in
Well,
Utah.
so it makes
Maybe
sense for New Orleans though, the Jazz.
both of them do.
Yeah,
Maybe it
there's-
should be like the Utah Tabernacle Choir or something. I don't know. But they definitely shouldn't be the Jazz. There's no Jazz in Utah.
So call
I
them the
agree.
Utah Choir.
Yes. Now that would be good. Brown, you just came up with something.
Yeah, there we go. And Casey Duncan saying they're from Seattle, and when they get their NBA team back, because they're going to be doing an expansion thing, then they will be called the Sonics.
Okay.
Is that a
and
for sure thing?
that's-
I know they are definitely slated. The problem is, I believe there's going to be a team in Vegas and a team in
Vegas is
Seattle.
getting everything.
Well, because it needs
you know,
it.
Vegas is
It's
hot. Vegas is hot.
very
We gotta
surprised it
get the
took this
money on
long.
Vegas. Well, yeah. So I guess the Seahawks or the Seattle Seahawks, the Seattle Sonics became the Oklahoma City
Yes.
Thunder, right? But they left the name in Seattle for them to have back. It was a very nice gesture, unlike the Tennessee people that stole the Oiler name and wouldn't give it back.
Oh, the Utah
So-
Jazz are originally from New Orleans.
Yes, of course they
See,
are.
I
Yes,
don't
they
know all
are.
this expansion stuff and
Yeah,
team
that
movement
happened
stuff.
a long time ago. Pistol Pete Maravich was.
I
part of
know
that whole thing.
Pistol Pete. There was a good Netflix movie about him.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're from New, and I don't know why they stole the Jazz name because there's no Jazz in Utah. Let's be honest. I couldn't even get a drink at the airport and on a Sunday in Utah one time, and I'm still angry about it. But hopefully the laws have changed. I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Probably not.
Well, either
So,
way,
yeah, let's get the names right. And I don't like this new hockey team, the Seattle Kraken. What is a Kraken? That's make believe, man.
it
That's
doesn't
like
matter if
a
it's
story.
doesn't matter if it's make believe or not. It's a good name.
I don't think so. It's just my opinion.
Well, what do you think a Titan is?
It's make believe. The whole thing is make believe. They stole the team, took it from my town, and stole it. What a disgrace. The Titans. We had to get on this again. But you're right. Vegas is getting everything. Hey, how about the Oakland teams, athletics, you know?
They're staying the athletics, right?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
they should. They were, they were the Kansas City Athletics back in the,
Yep.
what was it, the 50s or 60s? So I'm not quite sure, but might as well stay the Vegas Athletics. Oakland has just turned into a complete
I think they put me in the
show.
wrong room. What's up, guys?
Yeah, Justin. Well,
What's
hell,
up?
welcome. We're about
How's
to
it
have
going?
I'm getting ready to
green
go
and white
green. I got put in the wrong room. Y'all,
somebody's
y'all,
playing
y'all can
tricks on
feel
you.
free to move me back into the Lone Star Racing chat if you would like
Lone
to.
Star Racing chat. I will try to do that
Yep.
for you.
Hopefully, I'll get to talk to y'all again shortly.
Yep. We'll go
All
steal
right.
one from them
All
here.
right, man.
Oh man, somebody's playing tricks on him. I think.
It's definitely a possibility.
All right.
As we get ready to get locked and loaded, this will be one of our official green-white checkers here as we are starting to kind of...
He needs a good restart here.
So we start to run out of time here as the pace car peels off down and out of the way. It's time to buckle up, strap on those drinking helmets, and throw inhibition out the window. Green white checker racing we go here at this Toys for Tots charity race brought to you by LSR. The 2 gets a fantastic restart out in front. The 10 machine battling hard against the 51 of TJ Allen. 10 still down on that bottom line, picking up a good head of steam and momentum and able to steal that second spot away. But the 51 isn't done with him yet, bouncing back and forth, trying to get that 10 machine to question his line as they make their way on down into turns 3 and 4. Will the leader make it back down and across the line in time? Yes, he will. Final lap here of this race. No more cautions here this evening as the 51 and the 10 continue to go to war. And look at that, everybody's grouping right back on up. That lead Ricky had, it's now back down to 0.2 of a second. Does the 10 machine of Justin Johnson have anything left in the tank to block or maybe make a move? Down through turns 3 and 4 they go, all single filed out, coming on out of 4 with a head of speed. It won't be enough. The 2 of Ricky Howell Jr. picking up the race win, followed by the 10 of Justin Johnson and the 51 of TJ Allen.
Yeah, Ricky. I mean, we've seen it all night. Had great restarts. Just could yard him by car lengths going into 1. And I mean, that was the difference maker there.
We had some absolute chaos as we came across the line here, kind of towards the tail end of the pack. It was going 3 wide in a battle for this top 10, and ooh, goodness. Oh, and the 1 finishes backwards. But he did finish. That's the important part.
Wow, I mean, it is a fun race. I know these guys were upset with all the crashes and stuff, but we had some fun.
As the 2 of Ricky goes and celebrates his victory here. It was definitely a hard fought and whole bunch of good drivers. It was really anybody's race. I mean, Ricky started off strong, looked like he was going to lead the entire dang thing, and then between pit strategies and cautions and all that stuff, we got to see other people up there up at the front. It was definitely an interesting thing to see up here with everybody all battling it all out.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the fastest trucks of the night, and the 10 truck in second place, he battled all night to get that second place finish. TJ, he was one of the fastest trucks of the night, him and the 84 of Anthony.
Looks like we got them all in the
Yeah.
waiting room, man. They're
Looks
all
like-
following the rules tonight.
My goodness,
Good job.
they're right on top of it. Normally they're not.
I know,
like that.
nobody ever does this, so here we go.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and start tonight's interviews on off with our 3rd place finisher here of the evening, Mr. TJ Allen, picking up a solid podium finish here tonight. Man, that was a fantastic race run by that 51 machine here this evening. I saw you come through that field a few times and had some great battles there with the 2 and as well as Stoney Benfield out there. Man, it looked like it was a pretty tough race to handle.
Yeah, it was. We ran the first race, led the most laps in that race was running second and got spun coming out of 4 on the checkered flag. So we were really trying hard to at least get that podium finish, and it worked out for us this time around.
Yeah, you did great. Talk about your pit strategy tonight. I mean, with only 2 extra set of tires, when did you use your last set there?
I didn't use my last set until I think it was probably about lap 99. First race, dude waited to use his last set of tires after lap 100. And it kind of bit us. I mean, we were fast enough to run with him. Should have had the second place, but had we waited until after lap 100, we would have been right there in the same playing field with him. So we decided we were going to come in here and do everything. I didn't take my first set until, I think like lap 68 or 9 or something like that, because I wanted to try to get some sort of advantage after plowing in the wall when I seen the dude get loose there early on in the race, which set us, didn't want to be back there.
Man, so it's been an all-day event for y'all. We had fun tonight watching this charity race. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to for this?
Well, I want to give out the first shout out to Justin and the entire LSR group for doing these charity events. They've raised quite a bit of money over the years for a lot of different charities, and it's really cool to see these guys be able to do what they're doing. We wish that the racing would be just a little bit cleaner, but Texas is a very hard place, let alone it's my worst track. It is such a hard place to be able to get around, and these trucks were so loose. But they got it done. I want to thank William George. He was running up front with us for a little bit there. He was throughout the race trying and battling to get up front at the end. David Connell, James Cowart, James Beers, Bob Green, Pete Pellini. He's battling cancer. He always supports us, and you guys. You guys did a great job. Well, I said you guys did a great job. I haven't gone back to watch it, but I'm going to.
Well, I hope that statement
sure
still
did great.
I hope that statement still stands at the end of when you go back and watch it, man. But either way, fantastic run here tonight for that 51 of Mr. TJ Allen. Fantastic way to cap off a day full of racing for you, and congratulations and good luck in your future races here, buddy.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in future races.
Yep, good job.
With that, we'll take a step up the podium here and talk to tonight's second place finisher, a man who got surprise dumped into our channel there right before that green-white checker start, and we're happy that we got him back to his proper home in time. It's the Commander-in-Chief here tonight, Justin Johnson, picking up the second place finish here tonight, man. Congratulations. I first also have to congratulate you on putting on such an amazing event, and not only an event, but events plural, because you had to do that. You ended up getting enough people to run 2 races. That must feel pretty good that you got that much support from all these guys.
Honestly, man, we actually put on 3 races. We had our first race last night, which was on the dirt side of things. We did a 200-lap demolition derby at Bristol in the dirt street stocks, and then turned around and did 2 of these today. I'm wore out. So much to your surprise, I've had 16 Jello shots during that race.
Oh,
so I'm surprised I drove it up there, to be honest with you. So we're doing a challenge with our viewers, and every time somebody would send us $5, I would take a shot. We're just raising money. You know how it is. And sure enough, we're 16 shots deep and had a blast, man. So glad I could finish that one off strong and get to come in here and talk to you guys.
So it seemed like it was a grind out there for you tonight. I mean, between the cautions and all the accidents, and it just seems like you was right in the middle of all the hard racing tonight. But beyond that, you might have said in the earlier stream or something. Why do you do this Toys for Tots race every year? Is there a special reason for that?
I love kids, man. You know, I've got a 21-year-old, I've got a grandson, and I've got two small, a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old myself. And just the joy on their face, you know, on Christmas morning, opening gifts, different stuff like that. I want to be able to spread that kind of joy to children all over the place that are not fortunate enough to get those type of things. So it's not much, you know. I mean, we are on a video game, but in all honesty, to raise over $2,400 for charity on a video game, I think that's success. And
No, that's amazing.
we totaled it up, and up to date, we've actually donated over $20,000 to charities across the world in the last 4 years.
Wow! Congratulations on that.
Well, I'm gonna have to correct you. It's not a video game. This is a simulation. You should know that. This is like real racing, and y'all did.
I would love to get on a stream and debate this with you. That is fun.
Yeah, well, it's true. We're really simulating this thing, but you did it tonight. Great job. We had a lot of fun watching. The fact that it's for charity is even better, man. Who'd you like to give some of those shout outs to?
You know, let's give a shout out to my wife. She does help out a lot with behind the scenes stuff, watching the kids, this and that. My team over at Lone Star Racing, guys, y'all don't know how much these guys help me out behind the scenes, making sure these things are put together. I don't know if you heard about this, but tonight, after all the interviews right here live on my stream, Lone Star Racing is giving away a brand new GTR simulation rig. We all pitched in. We all pitched in out of our pockets to buy a brand new sim rig, and every driver or person that donated $15 to the Toys for Tots got entered into that drawing. So we've got 165 names in that drawing, all waiting to see if they're going to win this simulator, and then we've got some other door prizes to give out as well. So keep that in mind. We do that every Christmas at this time. We give away a GTR simulator. So thanks to all my teammates that help pitch in to buy this thing. All the people that do my wraps, you know, apparently I won the car show and the wrap, you know, thanks to Tristan Sykes at Nueva Designs that created the wrap for me. Shout out to Drew Blaze. He helps me out a lot with pit strategies and this and that. He helped out a lot tonight, telling me when I needed to pit, stay back, stay out of trouble. You burned your quick fix already, don't get in any. He helped out a lot. So thanks to you guys for the broadcast and everything that you guys have done, and just all the viewers and all the people that have come in and supported us over the last 4 years. We couldn't do this without all of them.
Yes, sirree, indeed. Well, again, congratulations to Justin Johnson, somehow managing to drive his way up through this field on that many jello shots and putting in all this work as well, man. Congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. I'll let you go here because I know there's a whole bunch of people chomping at the bit for all this drawings and all this kind of stuff. So we'll let you go. And man, just again, congratulations and a phenomenal event there, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
And with that, we'll move on up to our race winner here tonight, and it looked like it was going to be a lock, and then things got interesting, and then things got even more interesting, but the guy we thought was going to win ended up picking up that win, your pole winner, and he finds his way to the checkered flag first as well. Mr. Ricky Howell picking up the race win here tonight for this Toys for Tots charity event. Man, Ricky, congratulations. That was hard fought, and it looked like pit strategy was definitely the name of the game here tonight. People topping up on fuel and forcing kind of like whenever we race like at a Martinsville or something like that, that you kind of have to take the shot in the what do you call it, the race position wise for a while and kind of be in the mid pack until things start to even on out.
Yeah, it definitely went to strategy there. I came down pit road after like 30 laps. You know, I was just going to take fuel. Right before I got in my pit box, my pit crew jumped out with tires. So I stopped short and I unchecked them, and I was going to try to drive through the box. But when I pulled into the box, I had and stopped and threw the tires on. So I was having to figure out some kind of different strategy after definitely that.
Well, that definitely explains why I knew you was trying something different there after that pit stop, it was just like you was just way off the pace, and I couldn't figure out if your truck was damaged or if you was just trying to save tires that much.
Yeah, I threw them tires on. I wasn't wanting to get tires to at least like lap 60. So, when I accidentally put them on, I just went back, come down and re-topped off about every time. But I was trying to keep it at like quarter throttle through the curves, just to keep my tires in decent shape. So, I could make a hard run later around lap 50. Well, longer than that. I wasn't going to start running hard until lap 60, so it would be like a new set. So the other guys, it did still wear my tires down a little, but I saved them enough to start going.
Well, that was a great job tonight. Who would you like to give some shout outs to for that victory?
Like thank my wife. I think she's already in the bed unless she's in there watching the broadcast. I think Phantom Racing, all my boys over there. I thank Justin for putting this thing on, man. This is I didn't know that he had done this the past I think 3 years now. This is the 4th year. I didn't know that he did this, and this is awesome. I heard thousands of dollars got raised by doing this for the kids. Kids that really need it. It'll make somebody's Christmas, and that's the point of it right there.
Yes, sir, it is, man. Well, big congratulations to Mr. Ricky Howell picking up the race win here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway in this Lone Star Racing Toys for Tot charity event. Man, definitely a great job, great event, and we look forward to possibly seeing you guys out here in action again in the future, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for the broadcast.
And there we have it. That's going to close out all the action here from Texas, and I'm happy that we were able to be joined by our good buddy Mr. Kewins here for this one, because man, oh man, that was definitely a wild ride here tonight.
Yeah, it was a long one, but it was a fun one, and it's always a pleasure to come out here for a good cause like tonight.
Add that in indeed. As we go ahead and kind of wind things down here from Texas, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here for the evening, with the 2 Ricky Howell picking up that big victory here, as well as the 10 of the X-Man, Justin Johnson, picking up a solid 2nd place finish, and the 51 of TJ Allen having a phenomenal finish there as well, rounding out your podium. Of course, I have to say good congratulations there as well to the 75 of Stoney Benfield, having a solid race, finishing up there in 4th. The 4 of Klaus Williams having a solid run there as well, finishing up inside of that top 5. Just outside of that top 5 will be the 96 of William George, having a pretty solid run. Then you got Jason Branch as well, having a great run, finishing up there, up a couple spots in 7th. 8th is going to be Anthony Calantoni, having a phenomenal run here, kind of finishing right where he started, but he was definitely fighting for that lead quite a few times here tonight. He was definitely fun to watch. Jared Hayes up 11 spots on the evening, having a great run to finish here in 9th. And your hard charger, I believe, as I scroll through all these names of the race, the 73 of Kenneth Bartholomew and the 73 machine up 15 on the day to round out your field's top 10.
In 11th spot, we had Jason Morales in the 5. In 12th, we had Jeffrey Goodpaster in the 1. In 13, we had Western Von Kolk. Man, I hope I say that right. Sorry if I got it wrong. In the 00, he finished 13th. 14th is Brian Wertman. 15th, Thomas Rule. 16th, Nicholas Yance. 17th was David Duke. 18th was Anthony Carpenter. 19th was Matthew Everard. And 20th, Cody DeForge.
21st, Kenneth Blackburn in the 155, 314, Michael Brophy. I might have messed that up. 22nd, 23rd, Nick Hurd in that 12, number 7, Daniel Kolwicki the 3rd, 24th, 25th, Dustin Rogerson. Bobby Germain in the 33, 26, 24, Jeff Pogo ended up 27th, Alonzo King in the 80, rough one there at the end. 28th, 29th, John Fowler. And at 48, 222 of Brandon Jarvis. 30th, beautiful paint scheme by him. 19, Randy Coaching. Cocking, I don't know. I can't pronounce that one. 31st, 32nd, Christopher McCoy. Drew Blaze, looks like I think he's admin. And Joe Hudson, I don't know if he created the car. That's it.
But that is your field here tonight. We thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time here with us for this fantastic event and continuing to support fantastic charities like Tours for Tots and especially events that LSR puts on. And so big thank you to seeing y'all on out here and supporting these drivers. If you do enjoy us and our style of broadcasting and want to come hang out with us every week, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and we always look forward to seeing you guys out there in the chat. And of course, if you do enjoy this race and the race in action, be sure to hit the thumbs up button as well. And just lets us know that, hey, yeah, we did a pretty good job and y'all liked all the action out there. We also have to say a huge thank you to the great supporters here of this fantastic event, like Lone Star Gaming over there on Twitch, which I put the link in the chat there for all of y'all that are probably waiting on that drawing for that sim rig. Be sure to get on over there to see if you won on that. Of course, big thank you as well to Drew Blaze Motorsports, Key Diggin, Lone Star Racing, Brandon Minnick Trailers, you got, and Right Turn Racing as well. And of course, like I said at the beginning, if I miss somebody, please be sure to let me know so I can at least add you into the description, so that way you guys get get some love out there for being a fantastic part of a fantastic event. But in other words, that's it. That's all I got. That's all we can do. Until tomorrow, at least, because tomorrow night we're returning with some playoff action from the Numb Thumbs Racing League. We got, I don't even know what we got. I think it might be Auto Club or something like that. It's definitely going to be something interesting to come on, check on out. And then we got some Gen 4 ARCA cars coming into action on Wednesday here with the Vigilante Racing League as well. So we'll look forward to seeing how those guys race in those things for the first time here this season as well. But yeah, that's unfortunately gonna do it here tonight. We'll see y'all tomorrow. For Alan Kewins and Mr. Adam Turner, I'm Alan Brown. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
See ya.